Hey, hey. Good to see you guys. We are back with our new character that we created, I guess it feels like a long time, well, like a week and a half ago, before I had to go on a kind of winter hiatus. But yeah, this is the character that we made at the end of our last session. It is a solo self-found Permadeath Cleric, because our paladin died. If you want to see the paladin death clip, go ahead and do !fall in the chat, I think. Pretty sure that's it. So check it out. Kind of a terrible death, if I do say so myself. We were in Soleil, and well, you'll see. We hit a moment of lag, and it launched us into the lava, and from there on out, there was not much we could do. But in the meantime, I did have a little bit of an opportunity to play our Cleric here, so we don't have to watch the same, like, 5-10 levels that you always see on these new SSF characters. So just to give you guys the rundown, I went with the Bertox Human Cleric. Did that for the lore, right, because Blood Sabers are super cool, Piranha Plague and all that. I know Dwarf would have been better, High Elf probably would have been better. I know that if you're going to go an evil race, you should go Interrook for the Snare Neck. I know all of that stuff, but we went with the suboptimal approach just for the lore aspect of it. Now, the gear, we have like pretty much the standard stuff. No Bull Smasher available, right, but we have the Summoned Hammer of Wrath, which is actually pretty good at the levels you can get it for a Cleric, so 632, but with 3 Bane damage. We did get all the Aqueduct gear, so 2 Alligator Tooth Earrings, 5 HP a pop, 2 Limestone Rings, another 5 HP each, then a Golden Locket, 3 Charisma. Charisma does help me, so that's fine. The rest of this is all leather. This is a thick black cape, which drops from the Shady Mercenary in the Aqueducts, and then this is the Rat Pelt cape, which drops from the Rat King down in the Aqueducts. Now, this is actually worse than Cloth, technically. Cloth would be like 2 AC for the back piece, but it doesn't have 2 cold resists, so just for the flavor, I went with this. Right now, a big focus of ours is getting some platinum so that we can work on our blacksmithing. I'm definitely going to go the smithing route, get some banded armor, later on some ornate banded kind of stuff. You know, I just won't have a lot to spend my money on. I kind of want to blow it on that. It'll be nice, especially since appearance can actually be pretty decent with the human Cleric Paladin models rather than the Dwarf, which is kind of ugly no matter what you do. Oh yeah. My bad, dudes. You guys get it, though. It's all the same stuff. Happy New Year, Norak. Good to see you, man. Yeah, lag does suck, dude. I couldn't believe it. We were crushing on that paladin, level 25, like super fast. So the Cleric is actually like really powerful. I don't know if people expected it to be this way, but I would say the Cleric is much stronger than the Paladin, even at like the low levels where melee are usually a little bit better. So there aren't as many like easy quests that we can do for power spikes, like the Deepwater Harpoon kind of stuff, and obviously no Bull Smasher, no Bloodforged armor. But with the Cleric, we just get those same undead nukes that the Paladin got, but at much lower levels. So like, remember on the first Paladin, if you watched way back, 6 months ago, we had 6 months ago we were like in Lower Guck, right? The Paladin, we got all the way up to 42. During that process, we started, I want to say like 35-ish, because that was when we got a new undead nuke. The Cleric gets like the same power undead nuke at level 13, which is exactly what we used to clear like all of Unrest and all that stuff. So we're really going to get a power spike here at 13, and that's when we're going to go to our first undead zones. We'll either go to Unrest or we'll go to Kern's Tower. Kind of leaning towards Kern's Tower right now because like we usually skip that zone, and I want to get an Ixar Berserker Club anyway. Pretty sure the Cleric can use the IBC, which will be like our final weapon more or less for this entire run. Outside of that, big quest we want to hit, Pavapala, and the Tome. Forgetting the name all of a sudden. You guys know what I'm talking about. The other one with Motoro Finharn in North Kanos, like over by the lake there. So we're gonna hit some of that up. And that's going to be a lot of this run, is going to be like grinding undead and doing a few quests here and there. Yeah, so I'll be rocking that IBC as soon as we hit like level 20. I'll go down there. I mean, like, I could probably go down there earlier than 20 and get it, because I'll crush the undead, but the Bury Knight could pose a real threat to us, so for that reason, we'll wait till about 20 to get it. Honestly, I don't expect the weapon to be a big part of our power scaling anyway, so it's just kind of like icing on the cake. Kithakor, yeah, I could do some stuff in Kithakor at the higher levels. There's, what do we have, a Battle-Worn Morningstar and Kithakor that I could snatch up. That'll be like some plus wisdom gear. Alright, this guy's great. I don't really want to mess with him. Rather just meditate and get my mana up. Dude, it is funny that the Berserker cannot wear the Berserker Club. It should be like mandatory, even though it doesn't really fall within their like flavor in terms of weapons. You know, they're like big axes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the wisdom on that is really nice. Testament of Veneer. That was the item I couldn't remember. So we're gonna get Pavapala, Testament of Veneer. Right, Noob Cake. Same run every time. That'd be cool, Slazik. It's probably something that the devs just never even thought about. They probably had some kind of software that said, like, when looking at which old weapons and gear to apply Berserker usability to, that was probably like, is two-hand slash, is one-hand slash equals yes, with the exception of like certain class-specific items. Is one-hand blunt equals no. Oh yeah, so we got some of these. I think these have been dropping as part of like a New Year's kind of event. Let's see what they do. Not bad. Hey Dino, what's up? Summon a werewolf. Alright, you got it. I reduced the volume on these alerts, so let me know if they're still like crazy loud. He's gray, so he's shown an ad. What we want to do is kill these elite gnolls. Like while I'm here, leveling up to 13, I want to grab either one of the collars will do for this character, the stamina strength or just the pure strength collar. We're not going to get the shoulder pads from the commanders because I'm not taking a huge MR hit for some bonus strength that I don't really need as a cleric. So we'll lull this guy. Hold this one. Level 13, 2 levels higher than us. Andy resisted our nuke. Gonna interrupt? Yeah. This actually might be too much for us because Soothe takes a big chunk of my mana right now. And I did not med after I cast it. Yeah, it's true. It could be worth getting the prayer shawl on this character. We'll go to Crutchbone, just to get like the shiny brass shield, if nothing else. Yeah, Norak, I did that on the original Pally. It'd be really good, that's for sure. I was camping a lot of wisps. I sold all but this one lightstone here. Just because, like, you know, they never fixed the gamma in windowed mode, so it actually is pretty dark for me. But yeah, I was using wisps as like my main plat resource, but you get a lot more burned out lightstones than I remember. Dude, gnolls are so weak. It's wild. There's so much I want to do with this character already. Like, I'm used to the Paladin where you basically have like 20 plus levels to warm up and collect gear. All right, this is actually probably the better one because we get some stamina off of it. This one stamina is going to be like 0 HP for us. Watch this. Literally 1 HP. All right. But yeah, you know, normally with the Paladin, you have a pile of levels to go around the world and get gear and stuff. And then once you hit like 30 something, you go and you really focus on undead and you're geared up and ready to go. But since we start so early with the undead viability on the Cleric, you've got to pick and choose. Like, there's going to be times when we could be farming undead, which EXP wise is super optimal, but instead we're doing some other crap to get gear. I don't remember Giant Snake Fangs being magical, Torden. But I could be wrong. I never really played like a rogue, so I just remember like I often started in Kanos, and the weapon of choice when you weren't twinked was like, all right, once you get to Blackbird, I'll get the Snake Fang. Use that until you get something better. Are they not magical anymore? Oh, Noob Kick, take it back. You can't be Vashtir. We can go kill a snake in a minute and see. There's a decent chance that they... Oh, they're not magical. Okay. Does P99 have them as magical? We're pretty close to 12 here. I don't think I get anything really great at 12. Maybe like a new heal? I don't know. I've got Bind, Gate, and Origin combo working now, so that's going to be like really sick. P99 is usually pretty good about that, investigating like old patch notes and people's memories and like dead forums with the Wayback Machine just to find out like obscure item details. The things that P99 sucks with are like spawn mechanics, where they seem to be like feels logic. Yeah, so Cleric spells, let's check it out. Nothing important at 12. My first res, irrelevant on this character. The 13 would get Expulse Undead. 86 to 106, nuke. Only 36 mana. It's crazy. Super good. Yeah. And there's like always a pile of threads on the P99 forums if you go into like the bug report section of stuff that is like pending fix, where people are still finding data all the time. That's like when they got the bind wound during combat thing nerfed, which really sucks, by the way, but yeah. So we've revised a lot of the commands and stuff that we have on the stream now, the chat commands that you guys can interact with. To check that out, you can do !commands. You'll see the new list. Oh look, my bot talked about it. Just as I was. Hey, what's up, Arvis? Good to see you, man. We also added the soundboard. To see the specific soundboard commands, you can do !soundboard. There's a cooldown on them, so we can't go too crazy. I'm still thinking of good ones to add, you know what I mean? There's not a ton of amazing EQ soundboard sounds, you know what I mean? Like the skeleton laugh is about the best one you can get. I'm not gonna put the ding on there because it's super loud. All right, Noob Cake. Any it is. Yeah. Dude, Keebs, !fall to see the clip of it, but I hit a lag spike in Sol A, and it just like launched me right into the lava. At that point, it was all over. Spent hard-earned money on that. Wasn't long enough for you, dude? Dude, Keeps, you gotta watch the video. I'm telling you, it was lag. Look, I deleted the character anyway, right? So I'm not trying to cop out. We even let chat vote, and chat voted. They're like, keep the character. It wasn't legit. It wasn't a legit death, and we deleted it anyway. We're committed. No asterisks. Oof, that resist. What's up, Rick? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it really is the classic excuse. Hey, Arvis, I'm on Mingler right now. Living that SSF life. That's weird, Noob Cake. Yeah, I wonder why your sub badge isn't showing up. Of course, Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope everyone had a good holiday. Good to be back, though. Yeah, Keebs. Cleric, I mean, it's already super powerful. When you initially think of Cleric, a lot of people think that it's a pretty weak class because all they do is heal in groups. That's 99% of what they do. But in reality, they're pretty dang viable for soloing. I need to stop slacking and get my Vine Boon game going strong here. Hey, thanks, Rick. I'm glad you like it. I know, man. You know, it's funny, Torden, because even I underestimated the Cleric in that regard. Hey, Zimmerir. I hope I said your name correctly. Good to see you. So I was like, okay, we'll get the Cleric, we'll plow through a few levels, and then we'll do the undead route, and it'll be super powerful. But all the other non-undead nukes are actually super viable. Campdolf, I'm rocking that big summoned Hammer of Wrath. Right now, just a 632. When we fight undead, a 932, so not bad, not bad. Yeah, Versera, it's weird, right? So I think the intention was for the gods, basically NE and CT to be more classic, and then Sky to be basically the final zone of Kunark. That's why when you kill Faradar in Vishan's Peak, her portal leads you to Plane of Sky. And that's why Sky was so hard in the original classic. You know what I mean? By classic standards, Sky was super challenging. In fact, I don't know that any guilds killed Eye of Vishan and Hand of Vishan during original classic. That is a rat fur cloak, or sorry, a rat pelt cape. Noob Cake, thanks for the sub. 2 big months. And then Velius, we get Tunair and Bristlebane. Lucklin, we were supposed to have the Goddess Lucklin, right? Plane of Shadow, but that was canceled. And then Pop, they're just screw it, we'll throw in the rest. I really hate Pop. I think that ruined a lot. Dude, I think the original Noob Cake got hit. I think the original thing with Sky, especially because early Sky, most people don't know this, early Sky loot was actually pretty bad, especially for the effort. Later on, Sky loot was revamped to be good, to be what we see today. But before, it was definitely not worth all the effort you went through. But I mean, if you think about it, back then, we just didn't know. We didn't know what was gonna come from those mobs at the time. So it could have been something incredible. It just always ended up not being. I'll get you a permit, noob. Yeah, you had to corpse bank. Well, you didn't have to. That wasn't what they planned for people to do. The no rent keys was just a way to have like a finely tuned threshold on how many people could progress in the zone. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, you know, basically 24 people are what you can use to clear sky. And then they corpse banked to kind of avoid that, not losing your key and stuff. Ooh, Versaire, I have no idea who was the first person to figure it out. If I had to guess, man, based on my interaction with devs over the years in MMOs, I would guess that it went like this. Devs released this brand new zone, Plane of Sky. Naturally, they're very proud of their work and they want players to experience it as much as possible, right? Devs probably also play the game at the time. They have players that they know. Super hardcore players who play all the time are more likely to know devs. And so they'll come watch those first super hardcore guilds tackle their work of art, their Plane of Sky that they just added. And then like guilds will get like stonewalled at that island, not being able to figure it out. And the dev's like, well, okay, they can't figure it out, but I really want people to experience this zone, so maybe I'll just give them a hint. And then like the devs just kind of breadcrumb you the information. And in the mind of the dev, they're like, well, the rest of the guilds will have to figure it out for themselves. But then like, you know, word of mouth spreads. Like one guy tells another guy in some other guild on a different server, and suddenly like all the top hardcore guilds across the servers know it because you can't keep anything a secret. And then some dude puts a website together with the guide, and now everybody knows. That's how I would guess it actually happened. People won't tell you that though. Dude, I actually hate Planet Growth too. Yeah, then Sam happens. It was important to know somebody who knew somebody kind of thing in EQ. Getting that information. Man, look at us encumbered already. All these bows. Just burned off half a pound with the fireworks. Rip indeed, Novacham. Rip indeed. Yeah, this is SSF Hardcore Cleric. Ooh, a Shaman? He actually might drop good loot, dude. There could be like a 5-mana totem the Shamans can drop. This is hype. I also added new subscriber badges for folks who are subscribed at 6, 9, and 12 months. I don't think we actually have been out for 9 months, right? Because I have the 6-month emote or subscriber badge myself. So in a few months, we'll see those new ones coming out. The 6-month one I want to say is Freeport Guard. The 9-month is Danik. The XR on the Ruins of Kunark box art. And the 12-month is Trackanon. JW, this is Mingler. It's a time lock progression server in EQ Live. Yeah, no jam. Feels bad, man. Clear as day. You can see the little 6-month subscriber badge there to the left of my name in chat. Yeah, Lake Rat's actually a really good point. I can get that stuff from those mobs. Also nulls. I don't think that guy will even assist. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna soothe these guys, then med back up. LOL keeps. I got my tailoring up to 20. I plan to work on it to get the weight reduction bags again. We did it with the original Paladin, if you guys remember. Yeah, this is that same evil cleric. Check out my my evil Bertoxilus deity. Which actually reminds me, since we're evil, there are some quests I want to do. This will be fine. All right, so I did the evil Drosko quest in the catacombs. Most people don't really do it because there's not a huge benefit, but basically if you kill Drosko the zombie and instead of taking his stuff to the Paladin Guild, you take it to the Necromancer Guild and give it to one of them, they give you like a random item, some EXP, some money, and they give you a link to a new quest line. And the final quest in the line has never been completed, to my knowledge. It shows that there is nothing there. The very good. So that's the very good, like, totem sound from Dark Souls. I would have worn my Dark Souls shirt again, but it brought me pretty bad luck last time, so. No, I did Bertox for the lore. Nolpa. No, you know what? I don't want these. Put this on my never list. Dude, it would be cool, right, Versaire?
I'm sorry.
Not too encumbered yet. What was I talking about? I was babbling about something. Oh yeah, the evil quest. Okay, so there's an incomplete evil quest. And basically you do the Drosko thing, you turn it into the Necromancers underneath Kanos instead of turning it into the Paladins Guild. Then you get a quest to assassinate Tumpy. Tumpy or Trumpy? The Iron Toe. I think technically they just say bring the head of any Iron Toe to do it. You bring his head to the Necromancer Guild, and then they boil it, and they give you back his skull. Crack staff, let's go. It's probably a worn great staff. But they boil it and they give you a skull, and they tell you to take the skull to Lord Grimrod, who needs it. And no one has ever been able to get Lord Grimrod to take it. To my knowledge, again, of course. Let's check out this giant snake fang. Yeah, I think so. Noob Cake. Are you talking about for you or like for this character? It's really challenging. Like there's a limited number of mobs you can kill. What is your class? Beast? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think you can. There's like 4 or 5 spawns near the entrance that you can mess around with right at the zone line, so the risk is really low. Is your character hardcore, Noob Cake? This is a good opportunity to plug what the chatbot just brought up, is that, you know, if you guys are thinking about doing an SSF or an SSF hardcore character, jump in the Discord. It's basically become like the best repository online for solo self-found Everquest gameplay. There's a bunch of us who are currently doing SSF runs, sharing tips, strategies, and little bits of lore and knowledge to get people through. All right, level 12, nice. 1 more level to go. Nice, Norok. Did you go any? That's awesome, Noob Cake. I think everybody should do at least one SSF character. It changes how you like think about the game, and it really gets you back in tune with like the spirit of old EQ, learning all the old quests and stuff like that. Hardcore is just if you're a masochist on top of that. Dude, every time I sit down to med somewhere, trolling null. Do it, Versaire. We've had a few people do SSF Necros. Obviously, it's, you know, it's the best class. It's the best SSF class in the game for sure. SSF is like almost the intended playstyle for Necromancers. It's crazy. Norak, I would 100% get a Bull Smasher. Look at the stats on that thing. It's so good. Yeah, I would definitely get the Bull Smasher. Even with the Bane on Dead hammer, Bull Smasher is going to be better. It's like 622 with like strength, agility, and wisdom on it. Yeah, Druid is the same way, Zaide. It's like, you know, SSF is like a feature for them. Probably true overall. C. The thing is, like, in Classic, some of the best loot is so heavily concentrated in lower Guck, you know what I mean? And in lower Guck, a Necromancer is basically an Enchanter as well as a Necro, if that makes sense. Like, once you're in lower Guck, the Necromancer can Mez, can Charm, can do all those things that the Enchanter does. You just miss out on some of the Soul B loot, but like, I'm trying to think. Like, an Enchanter's not going to solo a Freedy, probably. Maybe, just like, maybe, but probably not. Big Revs got his Shaman, his SSF Shaman to level 20 today. Revs, did you get your surname going yet? Are you still thinking about it? You can. So did you just, like, lose one Charm Pet and then have another on standby for another quick charm? Or did you keep your Charm Pet alive? That makes sense. Necromancer would probably have a lot more difficulty doing that. Mez debuff, just chilling there. Start casting when you see your current Charm Pet at like 5%, right? Oh, you know what? You could actually just back up and put like a nice amount of distance between you and... Uh-oh, are we full on loot? Put a pile of distance between you and Ifriti too, so he's got to run all the way over to you. Yeah, it's true. One of the big original nerfs, in fact, was like that Necromancers were effectively able to solo Ghoul Lord. Yeah, I'd say the biggest differentiator is if you're doing a hardcore run, then it's like Necromancer, no question, because of Feign Death and Life Tab. Just so hard to beat that, you know? Right, which item here is worth the least to me? Ooh, another Shaman. Yeah, Cleric has Bash. I don't think they're even on green. I think Cleric has Bash, right? Or no? No, it doesn't. But Cleric got Bash like a long time ago. I'm gonna destroy this. Take this. The thing's like worth silver, so I don't care about it. Lull this guy. Now meta. Yeah, Charm plus Feign. So actually this week, speaking of Necromancers, my wife and I are going to start a duo stream. She's going to be playing a Druid. I'm going to be playing a Necromancer. It's going to be on P99 Green. And we're going to be doing that at least once a week. Our intended start date is Wednesday. For Christmas, I bought her like a new computer and stuff. And we now have like matching desks that we're installing here, so it'll be a lot easier for us to do this. But yeah, we're gonna duo Necro Druid, not necessarily SSF, but we're gonna do like 1 through 50, or I guess 1 through 60 on green. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Look forward to that. Does this server have, yep, Scout Militia. Dude, this guy used to be a crazy undercon. My nukes get partialed a lot, like very frequently. Yeah, she's really excited. Really excited to play it. Oh man, look at how bad I am. My buffs are gone. I don't even know if I ever had the buffs on me this whole time. Haven't been paying attention. No loot again, huh? I took the opportunity over my break to get on here and like add little icons for each one of my channel point rewards too, and color coded them. I got to flex my OCD a little bit on this. We also fixed the 10,000 point one, so it now works. And I added Summon a Zombie. That's a brand new one. Oh, hey, Zaide, good timing. Here's your zombie. How many different types of Nulfer are there? What is this, patch? Patch is like worth copper. Kill that. We want to get this two-hander and then we'll go sell. God, dude, right? I'm really hyped to go to Unrest with this character. Can I get a Silent Watch shield on a Cleric? Let's see. Paladin only. That sucks. 10 Wisdom on my back slot would be nice. So I've been talking to, oh no, it's not good. I've been talking to a lot of my pals who I'm going to be doing a static group with in TLP 2021. And we've been playing around with the idea of changing our route. Last route was like Soul A. We're still going to do Soul A, but we're going to level up a set of characters on Agnar. We're going to like basically whatever class you're going to have for the actual run. I think this is nothing. Null Paw. Now I have space. So like I'm going to be playing a mage most likely. So I'm going to level up 2 mages, get them to about 28, which will emulate the level that we would probably deviate from our normal leveling path. I'll get you in a sec, Noob Cake, once I finish this thought. But yeah, so we're going to do like one where we do our normal route from last time, which was at 28, we just stay in Soleil, keep doing gnomes there, maybe till like 30, maybe even as late as 32. And then you go to Sol B and work that. And then we're going to have a route where at 28, we break off and go to Lower Guck and do that until like 42. And then come back to Afridi in Sol B. And we're going to see which one of those is faster. Small deviation, but last time when we were doing it on Eridian, our plan was to go to Lower Guck. I don't even know why I'm running here. What do I want to do? Our plan was to go to Lower Guck, but because the zone lines were so unstable, we just stayed and we skipped the Lower Guck portion of our thing, which became a big detriment to us because like our Necromancer obviously never got to charm, so our DPS was compromised the latter half of that run. But the group that we were kind of competing with that was also racing, they went to Lower Guck and they gained a lot on us. They didn't end up beating us, but they bridged a huge number of the levels that they were behind while they were at Lower Guck and we were stuck in Sol B doing kobolds. Yeah, Eridian was the rough. So I think they lowered the cap, right? The login cap was like 3K Eridian launch. Normally it's been 5K. And that was part of like their whole server migration and everything like that. That's why the queue was so much worse. I have a set 5 right now. I've been trying to convince some well-known people to be my number 6, but they're pretty busy. But yeah, whenever that comes out, we will stream it. I don't know that we'll be like in contention for first place or anything because... Ooh, insufficient mana to cast Bind? Yikes. You expose yourself to a lot of griefing and trains and stuff, you know, when you stream your leveling route. Gotta save that PTO up, Noob Cake. You got like 3 or 4 months at least, maybe 5. All right, so Zabuxaruk in the Void. Okay, so if you've ever done Seeds of Destruction, you can talk to those like headless dudes who I think are heralds of Druzzle Row, and they can take you to the Void, which is kind of like a place between time, I want to say. Not perfect on this. But basically Zabuxaruk exists in the Void, and it's like a representation of the world after it was destroyed by the Discordians, which are people like Tunad and Madar Maram. They're all part of like the Empire of Discord. So they went back to critical junctures in Norath's timeline and made things work out differently so that when they finally attacked Norath, they would be able to overwhelm Norath and destroy it like they wanted to. It's like this battle throughout time. And the whole premise of that was you going to different points in time and correcting things to fix it, to set the timeline correctly. Now Zabuxaruk, being the ungod, he was obviously trapped in Plane of Time, right? So he always had like ideas of what was going to be going on here and how this was going to happen. If you get a lot of lore text, there's like a huge lore dump as you talk to him during your progression through SOD, and he's very pessimistic, I'll say. What's going on, Bull? Good to see you, man. Hey, Vinny. Vinny, are you the Vinny I'm familiar with? I think from Discord. Regime. Oh gosh. Let me hook you up, buddy. All right, Regime, you can post your link now. Nice. JW, I'm pretty confident there's going to be a new TLP drop in this year. They haven't announced it yet, but usually between March and May we get one. So I think the safe bet is to say that we will have one. Hey, Kettle One, good to see you. Good to see you. I am happy to be on the other side of 2020, I'll tell you that. All right, we have successfully bound ourselves. Now we can origin. Get the hell out of here. Vinny, I'm back in America. I'll tell you, you know, we could chat in Discord. I'll tell you like exactly where I'm at. Dude, Regime, I love Kanos too. It's the best city in the game. Vinny, I'm doing my first season on the other side right now. It's been a fun experience. Not quite the season I expected, right? Nice piles of plat here. Okay. This guy. What task? New task. Is it new task? Alright. I've been working with a man named Lord Grimrod. We are attempting to raise an army of undead in the plains of Karana. When the time is right, we shall attack from within as well as from beyond the walls of Kanos. This army needs one more commander. I must find a Bloodsaber to retrieve the commander. I've searched for the appropriate man. Sir Lucan of Freeport, Field Marshal Raylum, Marshal Anne Ray of Rivervale, even Commander Kane Bale. Any of them would do, but they are either inaccessible or share a common goal with us. So I've decided Trumpy Irontoe is the one. Any former member of the Irontoe Brigade has a wealth of military strategies. Kill him and bring me his head. Kane will not be pleased, but it must be done. His secret weapon is Trumpy Irontoe. The Irontoe Brigade was a legendary military unit hailing from the dwarven city of Kaladin. After a dangerous assault where more than 3/4 of the unit met their bloody fate, the brigade disbanded and left for parts unknown. In Fish's Bar in Kanos, you can find one of them, Trumpy Irontoe. This was doomed to failure from the beginning. Bull, the Cleric's dope, man. Very powerful. A lot more powerful than the Paladin is, for sure. Right, yeah, dude, I hope 2020 was like the final boss. SSF Rogue. I don't know that I'm not dumb enough to do that, Novacham. You'll have to find a dumber streamer than I. Won't counter a tier 2. It could be possible, dude. It could be like every year from here on out, it just gets worse. So in addition to, you know, like streaming that whole static run where we're going to push for a really fast level 1 through 50 time, on the new TLP, I'm probably also going to create a guild. It's not going to be like your standard, like, hey, let's go raid shit guild. I'm thinking that what we're going to do here is I'm going to make an SSF guild. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm going to make a hardcore guild. And we're going to try to kill all the raid mobs in Classic, except for Plane of Sky stuff, with the hardcore guild. Well, some people will die for sure, you know what I mean? But you got to take one for the team, I suppose. We're going to be a true hardcore guild. Yeah, we would definitely die from CT and any from the death touches. You just gotta, you know, level up some throwaway boxes. What's going on, Pope? Good to see you. It's been a long time, dude. Yep. Gotta take that DT. So I'm thinking we'll like level up some we'll level up some mages just for that. So here is our target, Trumpy Irontoe. I wonder if any of these guards are gonna assist him. I know eventually he'll path out to the docks, and that's probably like the safest place to go for him. But yeah, so all of you guys obviously should join the guild. You know, 99% of the content there is just going to be leveling up with your guildmates. It's going to be like you can group and stuff with people who are also in the guild. You can't group outside of the guild. And if you die, obviously, it's expected that you delete the character and start over, or just stop, I suppose. But yeah, eventually we'll hit critical mass. We'll get enough people to level 50, and we'll tackle some raid targets, starting with dragons and Finny, and then we'll get CT and Innie. Yep, I'm tracking the proc first here. I don't think we'll do Sky just because there are too many death touches. Like, your raid would get like cleaned out just taking the DTs in a hardcore guild. Mercher, we're going to be doing this on whatever is like the next TLP 2021, later this year. So if you want to be part of a real hardcore guild, you know where to be. Alright, I'm going to try nuking this guy. If those guards come, I'm going to run over to our pal up here. No, get back. There goes my opportunity. Okay, we gotta run. We gotta run. We gotta run. Bruno. Dude, I kind of think that I'll die trying to do that, so I'm gonna hope that pathing is on my side here. That's not good. You see that flavor text in the bottom left? Bruno Bar Stomper says, "That's it, swine. You're out of here." Sir, please no. We survived. Yeah, raid wipe equals, well, it doesn't equal guild disband, Super Sukai. It equals guild reroll. Try again. Yeah, Long Hoss, you're just gonna have to take some of it on faith. Obviously, since we're making it so people can only group with other people in the guild, the hope is that we won't have a whole group lying about stuff. But I'm not gonna try too hard to police something I just can't control or track. And since a lot of people on the server will like know those rules, I'm sure people will send me tells and screenshots if they see. And we'll probably make an exception for griefing, of course, because there will be people who intentionally attempt to train those groups. Yeah, like Hand of Vishan and Overseer Bear would be like nuts. Right, yeah. Accelerate the process. That's a kind way of putting it. Dude, where are they at? I figured Trumpy would like be out here, you know what I mean? Alright, here's Bruno. You jerk. High five. What's up, bud tender? Just run trains. That's funny. Come on, Bruno. Well, Noobcake, you know you're going to be on it. I would put it at like a 99.9% chance you'll be in the guild. Yeah, we are, Nova. We're going to get his head so we can turn it in for this quest. We'll definitely need some bards. But yeah, so as soon as I finish my 1 through 50 static, I'll start at my like hardcore character, unless my static character just happens to not die the whole 1 through 50 run. So I'll be looking for a group of people to do those hardcore characters with. If you start a little bit late or you're low enough level that I can easily catch up. There's not Slazik, unfortunately. We might just gate out and come do this later. Will I do Monk? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, obviously my first character is gonna be an Enchanter, a Mage, a Cleric, or a Necromancer, whatever my static group ends up needing. Probably a Mage. Then after that, my real character, it could be a Monk. It might be a Necro, or it might be a Paladin. Or it might be a Ranger. Any of those three at this point, I'm not sure which. Yo, one of our guys, one of my really good buds, Shucklighter right now is doing a hardcore Ranger. He's, what is he, like level 12 or something? Hey, Birdo, thanks for the follow, man. But yeah, he's getting some good progress underway right now on that, and he seems to be enjoying it. Yeah, he got full banded. Yeah, the EXP rate can be tough. He tried to say that he thought that Ranger would be harder than a Paladin. I referenced some of their spells and the levels they got those spells to make my case against that. Basically, like, between the dots and the nukes, the spell damage of the Ranger is far higher than the Paladin at far lower levels. Never mind, like, Spirit of Wolf. Oh, let's kill a Brewer. Okay, never mind Spirit of Wolf and Snare. I feel like this person is going to KS me. His Shock of Blades spell fizzled. What is a good early bow you can get? You can do like the Raincaller quest, right? Dang, dude. What'd I have? I had two really heavy partials in a row. Come on, got the EXP. Almost got out DPS by a level 8 mage. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it really is good. And they get camo too, which is pretty big. Like, on the Paladin, if I want to invis, I have to spend 10 plat. And I'm constrained to like a very narrow bottleneck of viable leveling options, especially like early on, whereas Ranger is pretty good anywhere. I mean, at least they're just as good anywhere. They got really great weapon options. Whoa, D Nanners, thank you so much for the raid. With one viewer, much appreciated. Yeah, Noob Kick, I don't know if you could do anything about that. If it was a 23 warrior, you might be able to cheese it, but as a 23 shaman, there's nothing you could do. I'm hyped to get this banded, because I'm tired of the leather look already. Banded's gonna look really nice. Get that Isabella Salas look, Novacham. 34 plat, we might be able to make some headway. I'm estimating that it's going to take me about 100 to 150 platinum to get a full suit of banded. Ooh, an old commander. Oh, 15, huh? It's a bit sketch. $60 smithing with about 65 plat on your shaman. That's gonna be tough, man. Trying to think about it, like, you only have to get lucky on each piece one time, so it's not like I need to get up to like 100. But 60 is probably a little bit too low to do banded still. What level, what is the trivial for large lanterns? Does anyone know offhand? Because that's probably what I'm gonna do for my skill ups. $68, yeah, so I'll go to 68 and then I'll start trying like banded mask or something, you know what I mean? Some easier piece. You know what, I should be doing that, no jam. I've just been selling them all like an idiot. Which quest armor are you talking about, Norok? Yeah, so I did plate on my paladin, man, and it was a humongous plat sink to get to where I could make a plane. I'm talking like, we had to have spent like almost a K, right? That's bad. Pretty much have to run now. I don't think I can kill all three of these. But bronze kind of like sucks, you know what I mean? It's very heavy for its AC cost. What I'm gonna do is go banded, then I'm gonna go to the ornate. There's like an ornate that you could do, which is, I wanna say 1 AC better than banded on each slot, and it's a lower weight as well. And it's basically the banded recipe plus an electrum bar or a silver bar, one of those two. Do you mean like the newbie quest? Oh shit, I shouldn't use that. Or are you talking about like the Soul Road Temple quest? Because I'm not going to do like the Luckland newbie armor quest lines on this character. Can I land a hit, please? Kill this guy? Thank you. Yeah, I might try the Soul Row armor. I haven't really looked into the quest much. Duskra, what's up, dude? Thanks for the follow. That is nice. I love doing quests, so I'll probably mess with the Soul Row armor stuff as long as it's something I can legit do SSF. Like the problem with the Paladin, of course, was like I just straight up could not do it. Could not be done. Hey, Big Showtime, what's up, dude? Good to see you. We have 2 on us. Come on, Gate. Nice. Hey, Showtime, thank you for the 100 bits, man. Much appreciated. So I'm talking about, Showtime, we made it. We survived 2020. You too, man. I kind of wish I had played on Red 99 back when it was like at its peak. I don't know if we'll ever see a big PvP server again. Like Red 99 might have been the last big PvP server we'll see, since it seems like P99 is not going to do another Red server. I think the server population would have been a lot better too if they didn't kind of like mess up the launch with like banning guilds. I remember there being like selective banning of guilds, which was a huge problem. Like one guild was choosing Nagafen and got banned for it, and another one did not get banned for it. I remember there being a tremendous amount of salt. Dude, I remember the epic quit post from Cast. Was it Cast? He played a bard. His name was like All Eyes or something, I think. Anyway, he said he was going to delete his character if he wasn't the first person to max level on Red. And when he lost to Kungan, aka Lovely, he then like posted this 10,000 word essay about how he was the real first person to 50, even though he wasn't. I think the big case that he made was that people were griefing him because he was a bard and he was swarm kiting. And so like if you took a PvP death, you didn't lose EXP, but if you took a real death, you did. And so I think Lovely which was a wizard, would just walk up and like root him in the middle of his swarm, and he would just get killed by the mobs. So he'd take EXP deaths rather than PvP deaths. Which is brilliant, right? Like, why would you do anything else? Of course. I'm sure he did. But why not, right? If I played on a red server and I saw a bard swarm kiting, I think even if it was a bard I liked, I would just snap root them if I had root in my toolkit. Like, why would you not? You know what I mean? The opportunities to do something like that in your whole life are so rare that you really have to take advantage and just pull the trigger every time you can. Or like sit at the zone line, and anytime you hear someone training to the zone line, you just root them like 10 feet away from the zone line. Right, yeah, totally. All about that magic resist. But early on, being that naked caster rolling around. Gray, dark blue, of course. Gray, perfect. Yeah, I have no idea how like the PvP resists work on P99, but I assume if someone was rocking a lot of magic resist, it was pretty much very difficult to do anything to them solo. I was a little bit disappointed that Red 99 was the kind of PvP that they made. You know, like it was RZ rules. I know RZ was like supposed to be the most popular server, but I think it's just like the most vanilla server, and that's why it's like the server that you think of when you think of PvP. I think all the other PvP servers in EQ history, nice correct staff, were pretty much better. Like the free for all PvP, I always thought was kind of lame. I like the teams, either deity based or like race based, were super fun. Just to have like almost like an RVR sort of thing, like with Daok. It was very nice. And then I think Red 99 was only coin loot, right? Which I think is terrible too. I really like the item loot, nothing in bags, no weapon, like no primary, secondary, range slot, but anything else outside of bags or anything else equipped could be looted. One item. Any potential things that'll make me say, yeah, no thanks? Yeah, there are Versair for sure. I think Coronavirus rule set would make me not want to play. Launching in Planes of Power would make me not play. Let's see, what else? Anything like any kind of launch DON or later, I would just not try. If they did a GOD launch, as crazy as that sounds, I would love it. I hate pop, but I wouldn't want to do a pop launch. Those are my big ones. 6-month server, I would say no thanks. Not because I don't think, I think Classic EQ has enough content for 6 months. I think people who think it doesn't are probably incorrect, but not on TLP servers because you get everything so fast and so easily. Yeah, right, get your GOAT. I would be all about that GOAT life on a GOD launch. Yeah, so those are the big things. And I know there's a big faction of people who actually really, really want a Coronavirus rule set server. But I think it would just bring out the worst elements of TLP servers. I don't know if you guys saw the drama where some 72 boxer warped to King Tormac's spawn on Christmas Day on Eridan and tried or succeeded in killing him. I don't remember exactly which, but that sort of thing happened on Mangler a lot too. And if you think it's bad on those servers, on an open loot server, it would be just disgusting. So Coronavirus rule set, for those who don't know, nothing is no trade except for a few items like epic items and stuff like that, which would just turn into RMT life. Oh, okay. Well, it's good that he failed, but yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting that someone thought to try it. Right. Dude, these guys are messing me up right now. What is going on? Too many bashes. All right. Pop this light healing so we can run. Now we're good. Man, that was super sketch. Swap this out, lose my whopping 1 HP. Right, Long Hoss. So there are programs that people use which allow them to use a series of abilities we would consider active hacks. Among them, the most well-known is the warp. So basically, whenever you're in a zone, no matter how far away a mob is or something, you could just with a simple chat command or button press instantly appear next to it. So the same software allows you to very easily automate and box masses and masses of characters with broadcast commands. So those two things in conjunction are really degenerative for gameplay. Basically, it allows a person to play an army of characters trivially, and then they can go to any zone more or less instantly, constrained only by their own loading times. And once in a zone, they can target any mob and taunt it to them, pull it to them instantly, or they could simply appear next to it and engage it. So that's the kind of thing you're dealing with. It used to be really common. Not too long ago, actually, I guess it is a long time ago, back in the Solteris era, ghost kill was a thing where people could also no delay, and they could just walk up and almost instantly kill any mob too. Now that has been clamped down as long as I can remember, but in 2011 to 2014, the warping thing was super huge, and all the rest of those active hacks. When they released Finny, I think in 2015, early 2015, they had an agreement on progression servers only that software would be banned. So the biggest distributor and creator of that software agreed to the ban with Daybreak, and he put something in his software that made it not function on progression servers. Specifically TrueBox progression servers. Important caveat. Now, over time, people have just found a workaround for that. There are people who are less scrupulous, and they were able to make the same software function on any server you want again. And people who are in the know and are good with those people, or who can do it themselves, get their own compile, and they have those same old capabilities to cheat. Yeah, it's really disgusting, but that's the exact kind of thing that you would bring out in spades on a free trade server, a Coronavi server. And like, to be honest, dude, I'm not trying to play on a server that supports that kind of gameplay. It makes it even more viable, you know what I mean? Too many EQ players just can't help themselves. If an item is for sale and they want it, they're gonna buy it. They don't care how it got to where it's for sale right now, you know what I mean? So they don't care if they're supporting a guy who plays that way and negatively impacts all the players around him and negatively impacts the entire server. If they're the cheapest person to buy golden affinity boots from, that's where they're going to get it, you know what I mean? Or if they can buy a cloak of flames from the guy, that's where they're going to get it. Super bad for a server. I try not to play on servers where those things are like very prominent, and for that reason, if they had free trade, I wouldn't be there. I'm not trying to fund some basement dwellers chicken tender habit. Right, yeah, exactly, Berserker. Like, they generally do not get banned, even though it's super obvious. Right. Yep. And that's all a product of that warp and zone ability that we talked about. Yeah, it's interesting, Noob Cake, but it was like well known within I guess the hardcore community. The people who play Everquest a lot, every day, you know, they knew as soon as that deal happened. And honestly, like, the deal was good for EQ. It kind of sucks, right? But apparently Daybreak, Darkpaw, whatever the company name is now, they're either so unwilling or so inept that they can't stop it on their own. It was easier to them to reach out to the creator and make some kind of deal. Arvis solo, probably not. You could twink out a little bit with a couple chrono. I'm sure you could get like a fungi tunic and stuff, and you'll be able to get up to like the 40s, but eventually you're going to need a group to catch up. Now, it's probably not hard to get a group or get a PL. So either way, I think you could get to max level pretty quickly. I just don't think you could solo to max level pretty quickly. I mean, here's the deal. Like, the easiest way to fix it is with behavior changes, right? You just use the procmon that is already built into EQ, and whenever you see someone using programs which you have said are against the rules, you ban them. It's so simple. And don't wait every 6 months to do a ban wave. Just ban them right away. But they won't even go so far as to like openly say it's against the rules. You know what I mean? So, hey, there you go, Arvis. Join Pals. Hey, Longhoss, is Pals still led by Riddle? Mafaka? Dude, secrets really could fix the problem pretty quickly. Secrets is in our Discord, Noob. He's one of the Everquest emulator devs. Do we really think that they couldn't look deeper than just the process name? The truly ultra dedicated people who are dead set on cheating would certainly find ways around most things you could do. But that's a super small, like 1% of 1% of players, right? And then at that point, you can handle those guys on a human, like case-by-case basis. Like, okay, this person checks out clean with the procmon, but their behavior is in line with what we expect trend-wise for people who abuse these programs. Let's send a GM or a dev to observe them. And if you sent someone who actually knew what cheating looked like to observe one of these guys, it would take them like all of 30 seconds to pretty much figure it out. The problem is they don't have the manpower to do that, because like the customer service people who run EQ GM accounts now have no idea what's going on in EQ. Like, that's why we always talk about GM roulette. Like, if you have something happen to you negatively in the game, like you lose a quest item because you're an idiot or something, and you petition a GM, the GM's possibly going to say, hey, man, that sucks, better redo the whole quest. Or they might say, hey, sure thing, dude, here's the final reward of the quest, or here's the piece that you missed, that you messed up. Any of those things could happen. And if you get the result you don't want, just close the ticket and petition again, because there's no consistency, because they don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? They'll just keep, you'll just get like another random result. And if you spin the GM roulette wheel enough times, you'll either A, get suspended for something, or you'll B, get what you want. Arvis, if you remember even like vague details about it, you can get your account back. I got my childhood account back, which was like, you know, obviously I was like a little kid when I played, so it was my mom's name and everything on it. Like, I just had to know what address I lived at the time that I played it or something crazy, and like some of my character names on what servers I played on. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much the same age I was, Arvis. Alright, we have a common here, right? Gray, gray, gray. Alright. We'll get full mana, and then we'll pull this comm out. Hey, DOA Torment. Thanks for the follow. For some reason, my follow alerts aren't working. Like, there should be a nice little pop-up, you know what I mean? But it's not happening. There's always something. Yep, same. That's basically the same thing that happened to me, Slazik. They just have to map out where the characters went when they did all the server merges, and that was pretty much enough. So that's the follow alert we're supposed to see. but we're not seeing it. I wonder why. Now that I looked at it, I kind of hate it anyway, so I suppose it's not a huge deal. All right, let's try this. 3 levels higher than me, Commander. He resisted my nuke. All right, there we go. There isn't, Steve. Honestly, not shilling myself at all here. The best place is seriously our Discord, our community Discord, because it's like full of people doing SSF runs on all different classes and stuff, and we're always passing back and forth knowledge and everything. Why is he running at 50%? Sir, you're a yellow con, you're not a red. You should not be running right now. It's not good. You should be good still, but... There we go. Got the first stage of slow run. How much EXP will we get? 7%? No, more than 7. Oh, look at that. We got the shoulders. Or is it rawhide? Trolled. They trolled us. Sorry, I missed a few messages there while I was sprinting after this guy. But yeah, Steve, the best way to get information on SSF, other than just like, you know, getting in Google, P99 Wiki and stuff and researching yourself, is to jump in that Discord and just ask some questions. Depending on your class, we can give you a ton of different tips and tricks. Oh, that sucks, Revs. TSS, oof, that's far in, DOA. Why TSS? Because that's when they opened up like a whole new, like low-level route. Oh yeah, Felseeker. So, Felseeker, we were just talking about it. On the next TLP server, we're going to do a whole hardcore guild, and we're going to try to raid with it. So, it's not going to be strictly SSF. It's going to be like all within the guild community. So you can group with people in the guild, but whenever you die, you got to delete your character. And eventually, when all of us, or enough of us, hit 50, we're going to try to do all the classic raid mobs except for Plane of Sky. Plane of Sky, obvious reasons. I know that Plane of Fear and Plane of Hate have death touching mobs. We're just gonna have to bite the bullet on that, you know what I mean? You should join us. It's gonna be a blast. See, Duskrow's got the right attitude. That's what I like to see. DOA, so I think it would be fun. I like the leveling route there. I especially love Stonehive, and there's good raid content at that point too. It's an overall good idea, but I worry that basically it would be dead on arrival because so many players are just not interested in it. You know what I mean? So many players are scared of that content, or they don't have nostalgia for it. It's not what they want, and so they just wouldn't show up. And for that reason, it wouldn't have a big enough population to last. Bull, would I exclude death touches? Man, I feel like that just takes a little bit of the bite out of it, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, pets can take the DT on any in CT, but they can't take the DT on the golems, and they can't take the DTs in Sky. Actually, I don't think they can take DTs anymore because Mitigation of the Mighty Mark of the Old Ways combo makes it so that raid mobs strictly ignore pets entirely, right? Or will they still DT them? Yeah, some main tanks are going to feel some pain for sure. Nah, yeah, they ignore pets, right? See, that's how we'll do it. We'll tell one of our mages, be like, hey dude, you know, he'll just DT your pet. It's a weird thing with these raid mobs. Go set him in, and like, you know, there we go. If we do it, I'll probably play a monk because, yeah, so I know someone asked me earlier which class I would go or what for that. I think I would definitely go a monk because I would really, really want to be the person in control of the pooling dynamics in a guild where like a bad pull deleted characters. Two-hand sword, yes please. Right, yeah. The good old NTOV and yellow mac cheese. That's what happens when you perma-root mobs. My inventory's full again. This has like no value. I bet you a lot of people would do that, Zaide. Our guild would be like the ultimate feeder guild. People would be like, yeah, dude, I'm not deleting this character with full and Dicolite. Where they have like a secondary guild. Yeah, we could consider something like that, but you know, I'm not a man of moderation. I should partner with Thought and make the Thrall Guild Afterlife. Yeah, we'd have to think of a good name. Undead is actually like a pretty good guild name. I think I can't make guilds on this server again, even though all my characters are deleted. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we do noob kick. Somebody has it on one of their accounts, which basically created a big problem for my account because you can only create a guild if no other guilds on the server exist that were created by you. So I created the guild. I was the leader of it, and then I deleted that character when it died. So leadership got passed to someone else randomly who probably doesn't play that character at all anymore. And because the guild still exists, I can't make another guild on this server. Lucklin, lore synopsis, go. All right, Versaire, I got you. Okay, so basically Alcabor, on his search for the Combine Empire, for the Lost Combine Empire, creates what he calls the Propylon of the Nexus. This was an artifact item that players could actually get in-game. Each server had one player get a Propylon of the Nexus. It's in the Everquest Hall of Fame. You can actually look up the character names who received it. Anyway, that was a big GM event quest prior to the launch of Lucklin. And anyway, Alcabor finds the Propylon of the Nexus. He goes to the Dreadlands, to the giant spires there. You guys have probably seen it. And that's where he is able to pierce the veil and access Lucklin. Why is there a veil around Lucklin? Because the goddess Lucklin deposited her creatures there and she wanted them to be left alone. And she didn't want anyone else to detect life or know that they could be there or to be able to travel there. So everyone who's traveled to Lucklin up to this point has in some way pierced the veil to get there. Anyway, Alcabor repeats the process. He is drawn directly to the Nexus like the rest of us. For some reason, the Nexus is this source of incredible power, and anyone who tries to travel to Lucklin is pulled into the Nexus. All right, we got to go sell. You get there, and the players immediately find the people of the Nexus, which is controlled more or less by Shadowhaven. Shadowhaven is a neutral area, formerly people of the Combine Empire, and even some Seru loyalists who decided not to stick with him once he got there. But yeah, you get there and you find out that they're, hey, there's people here. Like the Combine Empire still exists. You, as players, learn about all the different factions on Luckland, kind of in a sort of natural, organic way, I suppose. But the big thing is the Akiva. The Akiva are the key to understanding Luckland. The Akiva are the original race deposited upon the moon by Luckland, the goddess Luckland, that is. And she created Aten-Ha-Ra, the leader of the Akiva, in her own image. And not Aten-Ha-Ra. I messed up. She created Akel-Ha-Ra in her image. And, they lived there and worshipped. They worshipped the goddess Luckland, and everything was good. They spoke a tongue called the fleshless tongue, which only the Akivan could communicate in and understand. Now, as time went by, more and more races began arriving on Luckland. First, notably, were the Shisar. When the Green Mist destroyed the Shisar Empire on Kunark and throughout the rest of Norath, the Emperor and his advisors escaped to Luckland, right? That's why they're in the gray. They sucked all the oxygen out of the area surrounding their pyramids so that the Green Mist couldn't follow them there, and there they stayed. And then the Combine Empire came first with not the Loyalists, first with the original Combine people, right, who were led by the Katas, and then second pursued by the Combine Empire Loyalists led by Lord Seru. As all this happened, people started making contact with the Akivans, and it was not initially always hostile contact. Turn on our null things. So the big thing was, after a long enough time, Aten-Ha-Ra, wanting to be more like her deity, not in an egotistical sense. Sorry, Akel-Ha-Ra. Again, messed this up. Akel-Ha-Ra wanted to be more like her own deity who she worshipped. It wasn't like an ego thing, but she just like emulating her god. Akel-Ha-Ra created a creature in her image. It was her dark shadow. It was Aten-Ha-Ra. So that was the birth of Aten-Ha-Ra. And they sort of co-led the Akivans. Their capital city at the time was Akiva Ruins. Obviously, it wasn't ruins at the time. But yeah, so they ruled the Akivans, and eventually Akel-Ha-Ra decided to begin communicating in the common tongue, that way the Akivans could, coordinate with the people who were coming to Luckland. This simple decision created a civil war with the Akivans, which ended in the destruction of Akel-Ha-Ra and the destruction of the capital city of Akiva. Then the Loyalists, who were led by Aten-Ha-Ra, the dark shadow of Akel-Ha-Ra, fled to Vexthal, the temple of worship for the goddess Luckland. Let's not forget also that the Karens, aka Vashir, were blasted here with arcane energy following the Erudite Civil War. But I digress. Back to the Akivans. So yeah, the Civil War ended with Aten-Ha-Ra and the Xenophobes, I guess we'll say, winning. So communication between the Akivan race and the other races coming to Luckland ceased, and they became like a permanently hostile fixture on the moon. Eventually, in the player character's explorations of Luckland, you will meet the shade of Akel-Ha-Ra in Akiva Ruins, and she will beg of you to get the key to Vexthal, to go there and to, basically get revenge on her, you know what I mean, and destroy the evil Akivans. So to do that, you need to... Ooh, 10 of Dagger Rock, scary. You need to get a glowing orb of Lucklandite, and you need a Plains Rift. Those are like the most key components, and then a bunch of shards. The shards that you're getting are the shards of the staff, I want to say, that you're building, right? Maybe. It's been a while. But you have to get a Plains Rift, right? Which is because there's kind of like a planar barrier used to help seal Vexthal from the rest of the world, because it's sort of like a demi-plane of shadow, and there was originally supposed to be an access point to the plane of shadow in Vexthal. So there happens to be one race on Luckland who is well known for traveling the plains back during their ancient days. Of course, that is the Shisar. They used to travel the planes and kill the gods. That's why Emperor Sra drops the Sword of Sraja, which is the Srajan sword of god slaying. It's got bane damage, extra planar on it. I know, this is a big lore dump. Sorry, guys. So, you get your planar rift, which can only come from Emp. You get your glowing orb of Luclanite, which is a concentrated source of Luclanite, only controlled by the most powerful inhabitants of the moon. And you get your little shards, and you give them all, or you combine them in your case. And that gives you the key to Vexthal. Then you go to Vexthal and you murder all the bad guy Akevans who wouldn't talk to you. That's pretty much the plot of Luclan. The Lucid Shards, yeah. There's tons of different subplots and everything there, but yeah, that's the gist of it. And, you know, you're supposed to be able to go from Vexthal by clicking one of those pillars into the Plane of Shadow, and then you fight the goddess Luclan herself. And that would be that, but they just never added that, unfortunately. They were pushed to ship early. Hey, Psycho. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Unrest would be sick for me, Felseeker. Once I hit level 13, I get my Undead Nuke, and that'll be like when I really go. Because right now my low-level Undead Nuke is only like 10 damage or 12 damage. Not really worth using. But at 13, I get one that hits for like 80 to 100 damage, and then we're going to tear up some Undead zones. That's true, Noob Kick. You could make one and transfer leadership to me. Sorry that I didn't see that till after like my 12-minute diatribe there. But it doesn't matter. I'm not really trying to do a guild on Mangler necessarily. I really love the old Bazaar Versailles, where it actually felt like you were in like an old school kind of like Bazaar atmosphere. I hate the new one where it's just like a bunch of concentric circles designed to generate low latency. Yeah, I got my Summon Hammer out. I know, you know, Bane Undead, yada yada, but it's still not great, even against Undead, to be honest. The biggest thing is the Undead Nuke. Alright, get some mana back. Our buffs are running out. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the Classic Bazaar was where it was at. You guys remember there used to be an arena in the back of the Bazaar too? That was awesome. Yeah, then I think we get another tier of hammer that'll be a lot better. Yeah, Slazik, you know, that was the first time I had actually seen that quest when you were talking about it in Discord. It is really good. And pretty easy to get, too. Norak, I saw you ask in the chat there in Discord what level you should go for the Bull Smasher. I would say level 4. You're gonna have to do some factioning, potentially. I know as a paladin I had to do factioning, and I used the tonic quest in Eredin Palace, to get my faction up pretty quickly, since the kobolds have a messed up faction there. It's the only way to quickly get your faction up with the gem choppers. And then at level 4, you should be able to kill Red 5 and the other clockworks. Least favorite zone. Okay, so Versailles wants everyone to talk about their least favorite zone. Versailles, do you want my like least favorite classic or overall least favorite? I'll stick to like trilogy first, because it would be too easy if we go to like pop and I could just name any pop zone, you know what I mean? We have an elite up there, that'll be easy. Oh yeah, dude. If we're talking about revamp zones, current Freeport it's got to be the worst zone for sure. Just terrible. They took an amazing classic zone and they just ruined it. I really don't like Najena in Classic. Like, I feel like the plot of Najena isn't tied together well. I feel like the loot is like only okay-ish. The level spread is a little bit too wide. The mobs are a little bit too tough. The Zem kind of sucks. Like, there's so many reasons not to go to Najena that, like, even when we're doing server launch runs and we're trying to level as fast as possible, we literally kill mobs right outside Najena for like 6 levels or 7 levels, and we never once go into Najena, even though it technically has a better Zem than Lava Storm Mountains. We don't use it because, like, the zone just isn't good. Sucks to say it, but that's the truth. Yeah, look at this. This is a really easy quest that you can do, and it is classic. Hammer of Wrath, clicky, neck, 3 AC, 3 mana, 1 wisdom for Tribunal Shamans. Aridin makes you upset to be in. That's funny. Dude, I love Gorge. Running Eye's tough, man, because, like, it suffers from some of the same problems that Permafrost suffers from, which is, like, Z-axis aggro and interactions are all really bad, and, like, mobs just ignoring walls. I can tell you, like, classic Running Eye, as it was on 99 release, is really bad because they have Borks. So you've got a dungeon which you could feasibly go to at level 6 on the first floor and start grinding, right? But it's basically like 6 to 30 that you could do Runny Eye stuff. And then there's this one mob. It's a caster, it's an enchanter, or is it a wizard? It's super dangerous either way. He's level 30 something, and he paths from the entrance to like where Lord Picklaw or like the Goblin King would spawn. What are you supposed to do? It actually destroys the ability to have good groups in that zone. I used to sit in Gorge of King's Orb all the time on my Necromancer on P99 green and farm the Evil Eyes, and groups would always send me tells, ask me to come kill Borks when he spawned in Runny Eye, because he would just bowl through groups, just wipe them out. I can see what they're going for, you know what I mean? I could see that it would be cool, but it's just a bad design move to have him there. It's like the idea of having a Griffin in the Common Lands. Like, there should be elements of danger, but Borks is an unavoidable, inescapable danger. If he spawns and you are level appropriate for that area in a group, you A, can't kill him, so he's not going anywhere, and B, he's gonna aggro you. He's like pretty much guaranteed to be in your path. What are you gonna do? So yeah, you know what? I love Paw. I think Paw is super underused, underappreciated. Yep, people used to call out Hill Giants and Griffins, especially in Common Lands. But there's a lot of like classic zones that basically need to be fixed. Runny Eye was one. I love Gorge of King's Orb personally, so I can't be with you on that one. East Corona needs to be itemized. Permafrost is pretty much unplayable. A ruined zone. Yeah, I think they were just able to support larger zones, Duskra, and they felt like there wasn't a reason to have all three. Basically, like, North Row was pretty well used because of the derps, right? Oasis, super popular because of the Crocs and all that. And then I don't remember really ever doing anything in South Row outside of the Ancient Cyclops, right? Like, does anyone remember doing much in South Row besides AC? It was almost like this weird wasted zone. Okay, Castle, yeah, so there's like onesie-twosie kind of things, but like, man, look at Oasis. It's got the Crocs, it's got the Spectres, it's got Sand Giants and stuff. Like, Oasis is actually a really great zone. So I know they call South Row now, and they just merged Oasis into it, but I would say really it's more Oasis than South Row, just because Oasis had more content there. But yeah, I don't know why they chose to merge the zones there. I think it's dumb. Fortunately, I don't think, like, some of the revamp zones don't look terrible. Like, the rows aren't the worst. High Pass isn't game-breakingly bad. Lava Storm isn't game-breakingly bad. I think all the revamps are worse than their classic counterparts. But Freeport is the only one where it's like, I just try not to be there. You know what I mean? Like, it really ruins that zone completely. Norak, what context do I not like perma? I can tell you this, dude. 2 sentences. Healing through walls, Grey Con aggro. Those 2 things ruin permafrost. I'm cool with Common Lands being merged. And I think the modern Common Lands pretty much looks fine. I think the old Common Lands looks better. I think it's cool to delete zone lines, you know what I mean? And have the zones all still there functionally. Having a more seamless world. Like the zones, if you have to have zones, they should be based on geometric features. Like it shouldn't be like West Common Lands, East Common Lands, North Row, Oasis, South Row. Like they could all be one thing, but use the classic models and geometry for it. I think that'd be fine. Nice, Goodman, dude. That's awesome. That mob is actually pretty rare, so I bet you were camping that for a while. So chat, for you guys who don't know, C. Goodman here is a bard. He's doing a solo self-found hardcore, I think hardcore bard. And he just got his Minotaur ribcage from the Gorge of King's Orb. Funny enough, as we were talking about Gorge a little bit. You just killed Yimph the Infernal. A rare mob, kind of inconvenient to camp because he immediately invises himself when he spawns. He'll aggro you though, don't worry. Yeah, dude, if they merge the Karanas, you'd just be like... Imagine a merged Karanas with no map. You'd be like, did the game break? Like, am I still going in the right direction? I don't know what's happening anymore. You'd have to really learn landmarks. If you think about it, North Karana is actually like pretty small, and honestly it's bumping. Like there's a lot of big landmarks in a small area of North Karana. You got the Gypsy Camp, you got the huge wooden bridge, you got the huge Kanos like stone bridge, you've got the Wizard Spires, you got a Druid Ring, all right there in North Karana, and a guard tower. Grab this guy just in case that's a cracked staff. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. I forgot about Bart Song giving you C invis and invis. So close to level 13. Gotta wait before I go in there. There's guard on the other side. I'm like completely out of mana. Hey, congrats on your Embracers of Battle. How long were you camping those, Slazik? That actually reminds me, like, we've done all this stuff in Blackborough. I should be in Crushbone, camping, like, my stuff for my shawl and my Shiny Brass Shield. Dude, that Pokemon music is really good. Glad you caught that, Birdo. Oh, nice, Slazik. Screaming Mace. Yep. You guys want me to go to Crush Bell? There's not much more for us to gain by being here, so I don't mind. $41 plat, we're getting there. Yeah, it could be a long run, bro, but I'm just gonna hit POK probably to save us some time. Dude, look how cool this area is. And most players don't get to experience it because it's like underneath the city. So I think in terms of like geometry, if there was a continuous world, I think this pool right here is exactly underneath the pool of water in South Kanos by the clock tower. And like this might be like where the clock tower is, like right here. If we're gonna go out there, we may as well bring these spells with us. Yeah, it kind of feels bad for Sarah, to be totally honest, but my playtime is just so constrained after the little one was born that I try to cut corners I deem slightly acceptable. Thanks, Berto. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're liking it. I really like the faction system in EQ. It's one of my favorite things about Everquest. There's only like one other game I played that I felt had like a quality faction system as well, comparable to EQ's. And that was a really, really old MMO most people don't know about called Rubies of Eventide. It got shut down a while ago. Like it ended up being owned by like a husband-wife team, and they shut it down because they hated the community. But man, that game was a lot of fun too, and it had a faction system a lot like this. Yeah, it is for Sarah. This Wednesday, I'll be on P99 Green streaming though, so check that out. What am I doing now? Oh, duh, yeah, I need to go turn these moonstones in. Ooh, I want to kill Trumpy too. LOL, Slazik. It'd be so convenient if some level 50 just happened to kill Bruno Barstomper for some reason. JK, don't do that. I always thought it was so cool that the Canis Investigator wore like a raw silk robe and had the human like eye patch model. Someone actually put time into making him look neat. Oh yeah, so I just remembered that I'm supposed to talk about this today. So through 2021, basically every month I'm going to be doing a giveaway of real life loot. I'm saying roughly the second Friday of every month. So starting, I want to say next Friday, I'm going to give away real life loot. I'll, do a randomized selection. I'm probably going to use the Discord list for that. Just because it's a little bit easier and there are fewer stipulations. But yeah, I'll generate a random number to select a member who has at least one post in the Discord and is a verified member there. And they'll win whatever is the real life loot that's given away that day. So some of the stuff is pretty good. It's all Everquest based, obviously, because like that's all we stream. But it's like the EQ Gold Edition tin, the Kunark, Luckland, Velius big boxes, a lot of those old cloth maps and paper maps that came with stuff, some of the EverQuest keychains, some of the EverQuest books, the old maps of Mirist, like the full color like Planes of Power printout maps that came in a bound book, a spiral bound book. We'll be giving away maybe some of the old action figures, maybe 1 or 2 action figures, we'll see. Basically, it's all things that I ended up with duplicates of as I built my collection. But yeah, it's definitely like the big things are like some of the maps, the Gold Edition tin. You can see the Gold Edition tin behind me. If you bust out your magnifying glass, you should be able to see it. In the Discord, I posted like a little picture of some of the stuff. Put it all together. I think I have 2 maps of Myris to give away. One of the EverQuest Kunark Prima guides. I've got 2 Kunark big boxes to give away. 1 Velius big box, 1 Luckland big box, 1 Luckland small box. All kinds of cool stuff. Of course, once you win, I'll contact you privately, and we'll take care of all that stuff to get you the item that you won. Yeah, Bull, I have 2 gold tins. One aged much better than the other. They're kind of delicate. Thank you, Versaire. Yeah, like my plan was to one day like sell stuff on eBay, not like full time, but to sell those extras that I had accumulated over the years. I was like, I always told myself, oh, one day I'll just sell this on eBay and make some cash back or something. But I just hate selling things. Like I'm too lazy. And I don't really need like extra funds or anything. And I figured it would be cool to just be kind of generous and help build up the community a little bit more and give that stuff out. So that's the plan. Second Friday of every month, be here. It could be you. Let's get through these orcs. Noob, are you talking about the Chancellor of Dieselok, or are you talking about the Chrono? What's up, Lost the War? Good to see you. Yeah. Dude, I remember chasing you around that zone for so long. And then you sent me a tell, you're like, wait, are you that guy from YouTube? And you just gave me the mob. Okay, that's 2 dark blues over there. Gonna have to soothe. That was the first time I ever benefited from having made EQ content. Oh, I did? Dang. That's right, because you needed them for your epic. I didn't remember doing it. Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 ghost NPCs on the beach for Sayre. There's a lot, but it'd be hard to think of, you know what I mean? Some of them used to be for quests and were then like broken or the quests were changed, and some of them were supposed to be for quests, but the quests never got completed. And then some mobs are just like for lore only, like the Enchanter, Denaria Holland or something like that. No, Madam something in South Kanos. I can't remember her name. She's like strictly a lore NPC. You can give her like money, I think, and she'll give you a bunch of like different fortunes that'll tell you things about the world, but it kind of in like code. She like hints at things. Obviously there's like the Lord Grimrot. There's like 2 quest lines with Lord Grimrot that are broken and have never been solved. There are some quests in Mistborn that have never been completed, and then I think there was a bunch of incomplete quests for Lucklin. Lucklin was so incomplete on launch, dude, that I think only recently was the soundtrack added. It took them like 17 years to add the soundtrack for Lucklin or something. And then there's all kind of missing mobs that like existed in beta or existed conceptually but were not added, like Megalodon. Megalodon was like a legit thing. You guys like probably heard the legends of like raid mobs that existed in Lake Wrath. People were like, dude, there's like a crack in there. There's like a giant shark. The reason that rumor was so pervasive was because in beta there was actually a I don't know if I'd call it a raid mob, but it was a shark that hit for like 350. You know what I mean? It was like a top tier opponent Megalodon shark that spawned in there. We got Big Emperor Crush and Ambassador Divin up over here. Yeah, Miracle's Highway is great. So Miracle has a series of pots hidden around the world, which you can click to teleport between them. They don't work anymore. They've been disabled for the most part, but I think there's one in Kanos Catacombs. There's one in Niryak. There's one in Lesser Fadark. There's a few more. I think there's one in Everfrost. But eventually they were like locked, and then I think they were straight up disabled. So I don't think you can zone with them any longer. I guess it was meant to be something that only like a few people knew about, you know what I mean? And it was disabled. With EQ, honestly, I could see it being like, it was a special little hidden Easter egg for people to use. And then as the changing of the guard over the years happened, the people who took over just no longer knew that it was intentional, and so they blocked it. There were other crazy zoning things in EQ though, like far more obscure than the Miracle's Pot thing. There's a spot in West Karana where you can just turn around and jump into the water, and if you hit it at exactly the right line, it suckers you to the Kanos Hills zone line. So it lets you skip West Karana if you're going towards Kanos. There's one under the bridge in North Karana. I think it's East Karana side, but it's that big wooden bridge. You go under the bridge, and there's a spot you can hit in the water, and it just suckers you right to High Pass. So you skip the whole zone that way. There's a few more of those. Those are like dev shortcuts that were later disabled. Even after all these years, there's so much mystery left in EQ. I don't think so, Bull. I think any incomplete quest in the trilogy now is actually broken. What level is the Warlord, Slazik? I know you were just over there. What level is the Orc Warlord? Dark Blue at 18. So they did a big cleanup. Maybe at this point it might be like 5 or 10 years ago Versailles, but there was a lot of like items that had quest tags that were tagged as quest items because they were intended to be part of quest, but the quest was never fully developed. Like the Pigeon one was the big example. The glowing black stone is tagged as a quest item, and that was always like a source of like people were always asking about it, you know what I mean? They were trying to find the quest with Pigeon and the GBS. They thought it was part of a quest with like Varsoon, because if you identify it, it says Varsoon's Black Heart. But no one ever found it. And then I think it was like Prathen who straight up said this was a quest that was being developed by an apprentice designer, and he never finished it before he became no longer employed here. So it was tagged as a quest item, but there was never actually a quest to be completed. And there was tons of items like that, which for whatever reason never became fully fledged quests. But when they did their quest tagging system, it was a script that automatically tagged anything that was related to a quest as a quest item. And it sees like the back end intentions, I guess, you know, whatever they use to categorize. So all those unfinished quests still got tagged. I should probably save like this last bit of mana for when he's gonna run. Not play like all brain dead here. I have 2 nukes, and I want him to not aggro that Legionnaire. Nice, Noob Cake. Congrats, dude. What's your surname gonna be? There we go, perfect. Oh, hey. Oh, look, it's Big Slazik in the zone. What's going on, dude? Slazik, the solo self-found 13 druid. Slaz, are you hardcore right now? Stream sniped. Alright, the trainer should be up again. If not now, then very soon. So just a reminder, if you are watching for the first time or the first time in a while, my new streaming times are every Monday and Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Go for a couple hours usually, not a whole lot of time. And then we are now adding Wednesday, starting next week. Probably around the same time, probably like 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern for that as well. All right, he'll be up soon. We're gonna med really quick. And I am going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be just a second. Alright, I'm back. And it looks like the orc trainer spawned while we were gone. Perfect. You guys will notice something really rare just happened. I returned from an AFK, and I did not forget to unmute my mic. Usually I'm here like 5 minutes later, I look at chat, and everyone's like, dude, we can't hear you. Yeah, I'm an evil cleric, or Toxilus cleric. We are one of the blood sabers. Yeah, Versera, I'm Navy. Hey, nice, that's awesome, dude. It's been a crazy year for us. Right, can we get some prayers to RN Jesus? Lord Frady, please bring me some good luck. Let this orc trainer drop me some loot. Ooh, Arvis with the summon Inruk. Got you. Big Innie. Hey, he dropped a Crushbone belt. I actually didn't know that he could drop that item. I've never seen him drop that before. Where was my luck? How long ago were you in Versaire? 89%. Man, we're getting close. These orcs are a lot harder to kill than gnolls. Like, I use a lot more mana beating them up. Okay. New weapons. For a Beast Lord? Oh, dude, level 20. Go get your Ixar Berserker Club, man. Yeah, man, Marines beat you up. I wouldn't stay in if I was a Marine either. Nice, merch here. Yeah, it's in the basement of Kern's, noob. It's the Undead Jester. You HMs and your little fancy numerical codes. Am I like out of water? No, I'm not. Check this out. I never have to look in my inventory to see what my food and drink numbers are now. So I just like popped them on here. It always shows me the visual. Low tier hacks. Nice revs. A lot of people do that 4-year, you know, the 4-year stint. You get the schooling and everything. It's probably the best deal. The VA loans. I don't know if that was a thing back in the early 90s. Here goes all my mana. Casting center. Later, Versaire, thanks for stopping by. Have fun with Tunair. I know that rate sucks. Yeah. Yeah, you're not treated great, especially when you're like relatively new, like one of the lower ranks. All those things combine to make the first couple years pretty rough. I'm hoping it'll take like less than 6 kills of the orc trainer to get our shield. 20% seems like on the mark for the odds of getting a shiny brass shield here. But I've had it take a lot longer in the past. Yours took like 5? Yeah, so that's like right there, 20%. Dude, if we had Lev, we could just roll over and sit on top of the castle there. It's always weird when their health is like delayed a little bit. You nuke something and you're like, wait, did it like not do any damage? So we're at 90, basically at 92 now. It's probably only gonna take us like 5 more kills in this zone period to level up, counting this one. Yeah, 93 there. Could take more than 5, I guess. Fades, I'm on a TLP right now. I assume if I was on P99, Crushbone would be bumping with people. I think I'm the only person in here. Oh, me and Slazik. I should take a weekend and just like bust out like Lords of Everquest or Champions of Norath, and just like stream that and beat those games. Lords of Everquest is the old RTS that Everquest released. They have like kind of like the Warcraft 3 campaign, but with Everquest characters. I played it a bit. I haven't beaten it. The problem is the resolution is like really tight. You know, it's like low resolution, so your view just feels too tight for an RTS. Did you play it, Goodman? Slazik, how many different classes have you tried SSF with so far? Before you started on the Druid? Yeah, Champions of Norath and Champions of Norath Return to Arms are the two PlayStation 2 games. They're awesome. I really loved Champions of Norath back in the day. I've actually never played Return to Arms because it was kind of rare back then. But I have them both now, so I'd love to get through them one day. You've done Cleric, Monk, Shaman, SK, and Zerker? That's crazy. So which one is the Druid the strongest, for sure? Oh, and Necromancer. What's your favorite one, Ben, so far? Yeah, Champions was awesome. About to have some ads here. Oh no, not through the wall, dude. There we go. Yeah, I really liked Champions of Norath. It was like a, you know, like a local co-op Diablo. That was our second kill after I called 5 kills to Ding. Yeah, Harmony is really good. All right, here's our trainer. Met up for a second before we get him. Have you gotten any good gear yet, Slazik? Or are you mostly still in like leather kind of stuff? So I might, one of the weekends, between maybe like now or February, get a weekend where me and the wife just co-op Champions of Norath 1 and 2. Do it on stream, that'd be cool. Rawhide, Shining Breath Shield, and Prayer Cloth. Nice. Prayer Cloth is from the quest line, right? Turning in all the items? Or am I thinking of the Screaming Mace? Oh, okay. That's all? Easy. Right, yeah, that's right, Fades. Bracer of Battle. It's not too rare. That should only take like 2 or 3 kills of the Warlord to get. I don't think I could kill the Warlord yet, though. 1, because he's camped, and 2, because I don't think the Cleric is quite as strong as the Druid is, so... I'm not really interested in the Screaming Mace, though. It's not worth all the effort. You give up like a few items that are, I think, in my opinion, just better than the Screaming Mace. And at 20, we're gonna get a Berserker Club anyway. Oh yeah, another thing that I did over the little holiday break we took, some of you guys no doubt saw it, I added a channel trailer, finally. It only took me 7 months of streaming to bother to make a channel trailer. To bother to hire someone to edit a channel trailer would be more accurate. Nice. Rip, another kill with no shield. All right, that was our 3rd kill. 2 more kills to level. Maybe not even. When you have Levitate, like if you had a Pegasus Cloak or you used a Levitation Pot from the store, you can do some really interesting geometry shenanigans in Crushbone, because the zone has a lot of good vantage points for you to get really high up, but you know, it wasn't really designed with Levitate in mind. So my wife recently got into video games a little bit. This Grey Con. I'm just gonna zone this, it's not even worth the mana it's gonna take to kill it. But yeah, she's getting into video games outside of like EverQuest for the first time. And her first games that she got are Dead Space, BioShock, and Half-Life. She just got them on like the Steam sale. I'm really excited to watch her play through Dead Space. Yeah, they are really good games. It's a shame that there's not going to be any more Dead Spaces, at least in the foreseeable future. Oh dang! Look at us. We are we're currently the top Twitch EverQuest stream. That big P99 auction tracker has been dominating the channels for so long. So I played Half-Life 1. I don't know if I ever played Half-Life 2. I get them mixed up. I did Half-Life 1, I did Portal 1 and 2. Those games were awesome. Dead Space 1, I never did Dead Space 2 or 3. You guys remember the old trailer for Dead Space 3 where they used like that that remix of In the Air Tonight? All right, Noobcake says this guy comes solo. We'll see. I interrupted my own yelp twice. Noob is right. I actually think this kill is going to level us, and then we're going to be like totally unlocked at over currents. I could get the Shiny Breast Shield equivalent from Currents Tower too. Yeah, it's just like by the time you... Oh, you know what? You're a druid, so you can't use like all the same weapons as me. It might be viable for you. I never thought to do a druid SSF run, so I haven't really explored the gearing opportunities. Surprised this guy's not running. All right, Ding 13, there we go. Now all we need is for the next trainer to drop the Shiny Breast Shield and we can get out of here. Oh, that lag. If we were in Soleil, it would have killed us. Oh yeah, that's good armor. It's super rare though. Man, I could get that too. The only reason we didn't do it on the last paladin is because dwarves can't wear it. You know what might be good? Splint mail from the Warrens. Arvis, are you leveling in a group? If you're in a group, I would say, man, like, 40 hours maybe? Hey, thanks, Beef Wellington. Much appreciated. Let me update my leveling thing over here. Oh, 13. Honestly, it might be faster than that, because like any group you're in is going to be like heavily twinked out and stuff. Well, Pollutal Caverns is probably like one of the fastest areas. Even after all these years, it's just sick to level up there. 1 through 20 in a couple hours probably. Get a Funky Tunic. You're still looking at doing a monk, right? Funky Tunic and some like low level weapons, you'll crush. Are you starting today, Arvis? Yeah, Wonker, we're still on Mangler. We made a Cleric now. Soul Self-Found Cleric. Because the Paladin fell in the lava. RIP. Huh, I just realized my stream title didn't update. Like it's been wrong literally all night. All right, here's our trainer. Yeah, it's rough. You guys can do ! fall. There you go. That's the clip of my death. It's crazy. Oh yeah, it's a Twitch thing. Yeah, because on the bottom here in my stream manager, I see the correct title. But when I look at like my stream from like the Everquest tab, it shows my old title from like a week ago. Come on, shield. Literally no loot. All right. We're going to origin out of here. I guess it's not my day. Yeah, man, I'm excited to go mess around with Expulse Undead now at this level. I'm telling you, Rick Archer, like it hurts me deep in my heart. The reality is if I had clicked Origin a little bit faster, I think I would have made it out just fine anyway. But I didn't remember exactly where my Origin was at. Yes, I know I'm selling Crushbone Belts, by the way. The EXP is so heavily nerfed on TLP servers that I just don't care. Yeah, as Arcane, we're at Burtox Cleric for the lore. Feels good to be a Bloodsaber, you know? Yeah, I put after the Paladin died in the lava like that, especially because he died like pretty much due to lag kind of launching us into the pit there, I put the vote up for chat on like whether or not we should actually delete him, because some people were like, oh, that seems kind of cheesy. And keeping the Paladin won the vote. Chat was like, nah, keep it. But it just felt bad. You know what I mean? Like one of my friends was like, if we were doing like a game where they actually supported hardcore runs, it would say your character is deleted no matter what when you die, you know? And I didn't want to have that asterisk next to the level 50 Paladin for the rest of my life, so deleted them. We'll do a paladin at another time. I'm sure, unless I like die next month, that I'm gonna get a level 50 hardcore solo self-found paladin one day. I'm telling you, Fades. Actually, I agree with you. Prexis is the best god. Ugh. Mythmar's cool, but like some of the gods are so overplayed. I'm talking about Vishan, Prexis, Bertox. Those are my main three. After that, maybe like Tribunal. Fancy SSF, LOL. Yo, Frank, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Frank, did you hear that I am permitted to make YouTube content for a game that doesn't, for a video game that's not a video game? Do you actually see Prexis in VOA? I kind of want to see a screenshot of like what he looks like, because he looks super dope in the old concept art that was in like the Kunark book and the old instruction manual and Classic, with his cool like shield and stuff. Hey, good point, Slazik. What? No, that's disgusting. I would rather them just not put him in at all if they're gonna do it like that. They did my man's dirty. Dude, Deepwater Knight is actually also the coolest paladin faction. It's a shame that Erudite paladin stats are so bad. Look at our boy, Tarnimus. Hang on, let's get a closer look. Look at those two seahorses on there. I feel like this is inappropriate. Two seahorses holding a sword. Probably this sword. Wait, oh, they're dragons. They're not seahorses. They're like Asian-style dragons breathing fire onto it. Pretty cool. Dude, Shield of the Stalwart Seas, man. All the cool paladin stuff is Erudite Prexis. Deepwater Harpoon, Deepwater Armor. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Archon, I think I used to have a reason, but I can't remember it off the top right now. I'm gonna think about it. Population on Mangler was pretty strong still, like a month or two ago. Let's see. I heard reports that it's been getting worse. There's 435 people in general chat. So, I mean, that's not incredible by any means. And then there's 73 people in general 1. So there's ostensibly 500 people logged into general and maybe like 100 people not in general probably. 600 people online at 11 o'clock on a Friday. Not the greatest. Dude, what if I just died in the pit? Running over to Kearns. Right, yeah, like, they're just getting to expansions people don't care about anymore. They're in the stretch. And before Mangler gets out of this dry spell, a new TLP will launch too. Which is just gonna be like, you know, they're getting killed by the level range and the bad expansions they're in right now, and then the new TLP is gonna come in with the steel chair. Yeah, DON. I think they have DODH pretty soon, right? I love DODH personally, but I know a lot of people disagree with that one. POR, like, pretty objectively not great. It really is. Dude, super underappreciated Gates of Discord. GOD is like one of the funnest expansions in EQ. POR, definitely a whole lot of not fun. POR is like the only expansion I remember that's like not even fun the first time through it. You know what I mean? Merch here. Thunder God, that's all dead. Thunder God, it's always the wrong decision to play Everquest, but we're still here, so jump in. Yeah, the populational mingler is pretty nice, the people I've encountered and stuff. Bull, are you gonna come on TLP 2021, dude, or are you gonna stay on Air Dune? Fancy SSF. Look at all these SSFers in here. All right, I'm ready to use my nuke. 99 damage. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Bull. What are you gonna play? Are you gonna be a monk? LOL when Cook Carnage put it down. Dude, Ko is, honestly, it's like, it's pretty crazy that Ko, a streamer of his size, streams EQ basically every year. And EQ more or less does nothing to capitalize on that. There's a lot of reasons why Air Dune had a particularly nasty queue. Reportedly, the server cap was kept at 3K instead of 5K before the queues began. Previous servers had a 5K cap, and that was part of like them migrating some server stuff and doing some weird database shit in the back end that they cried about for a couple weeks after Air Dune launched. So a lot of people say that that's why. We'll see in the next TLP if it's just as bad. Dude, I hit this guy for 60% of his health with one nuke. I can't even like use the nuke again. Now I gotta melee him the rest of the way. Otherwise, I'm just wasting too much of my my damage to mana ratio here. It's wild. The Cleric is online, boys. We're really in it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they don't... Everquest has always been, like, abused by the parent companies. Oh, Bull. You got your item of retirement there? You're never supposed to loot it. That's the rule. I'm using the Summon Banehammer Blunker. Nice, Versair. Gray. So Versair, while you were gone, we got level 13. Now you can see the power of our mighty X-Pulse on Dead Nuke. Takes about 30% off an even con. They could have done a lot more with EQ, no doubt. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it went, you know? I would almost say with like a dedicated effort, they could revive it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, just re-release original EQ with updated visuals, but still thematically similar, update some gameplay elements, and really capitalize on it and give it actual development resources. Like, take 100% of the resources generated by EQ and put it back into EQ development, and you could really do amazing things rather than like funding it on nothing for 20 years. Versaire, have you seen that they actually have D&D books for Everquest, like officially licensed Everquest RPG source material? I've got them all right behind me. Dude, 50% in one hit. Thank you, sir. Right, yeah, I put them all on FOH. So if you use FOH, I've got them all linked there on a Google Drive, every PDF, I think. I've got enough mana for one nuke. Fades, why they over, dude? You know how many times I've quit EQ? It might be the most common thing I ever do, you know what I mean? Press the wrong button there. Not paying attention. For the lose. My Seb map file. Are you talking about deleting the door, Swonker? Oh, that's not a map file change. I could post that in the Discord. Use it at your own risk, though. Nice, noob cake. Look at that, dude. SSF Zaide died. That's you. Just Rage was Berserker on Cello, Frank. You gotta remember him from like Tacky Splits. Frank, I remember you telling me that I wasn't consistent enough with streaming. So I would like you to know that I now have a schedule. Taking your advice on board, buddy. Man, I'm so excited for you guys to hit live on Cello, dude. I can't wait. Literally can't wait for you guys to clear the current expansion. Yeah, I feel you. You know, I caught you streaming a few times not too long ago, Frank, right? Have you kept up, or are you taking a break on that? Rip, like at your house or just like outside so it's constantly audible? That's cancerous. What are they doing? Oh, a new balcony? That's dope. I feel like that's like rich people problems. Yes, I can't stream because they're constructing a new balcony for me to wave at the peasants from. LOL, Frank. It's the friends you made along the way that count, dude.
I'm sorry.
Oof. You know what, noob? I'll have you know that, like, one of my last days on Cello, still active, I asked Frank if I could join his group, and he said no. And deep in my heart, I still hold it against him. It might be the only time I've literally ever been rejected for a group. What am I doing? Don't expulse this guy at 10%. Dude, did you see me strafe back and forth 3 times and then I channeled the spell anyway? Gotta love it. Oh, that was like the stuff when we were rolling on it, right, Versaire? Because it was like fake bat phone status. Man, you know, it's rough. It was rough when I came back having to compete against, like, quote, the best open world guild of all time at 4 a.m. Sure glad I was able to win all that loot. Oh my gosh, is this the real Seeker in my chat right now? Yeah, Frank, I feel like you and I actually didn't get along when I was actually playing there, and we became friends like after. Our faction standing was like dubious at best, and now it's like maybe all the way up to indifferent. That's probably like 99% my fault, so I'll take that. The only, train to Ent from SSF Zaide died. Sir, that looks like a lot of Defiant armor you're wearing. Yeah, that's true. Definitely true. So the bad thing about Currents is, like, I'm not going to make any plat here, so I won't be able to progress my dreams of getting bandit armor. Yeah, Versaire, like, basically you leave Currents when you get the Ixar Berserker Club. You could do it longer, but you stop fighting undead by 20 pretty much. You're going like pure Bury Knight, so there's no value for a cleric really. Oh, you did the tutorial. Ew. I invited Seeger to join my TLP 2021 launch static group, and he said no. He said he's not about that life anymore. I like the original EQ tutorial where you have that dwarf and that weird stone that had all the commands like etched into it, and there was like all the gravestones. Frank, yeah, I'm doing Currents to Unrest. Honestly, I'm only in Currents right now because I'm working up towards the Berserker Club. Otherwise, I would just be directly in Unrest. If I went to Unrest at this level range, I'd have to deal with a lot of Death Beetles that I couldn't nuke with Expulse Undead as well, so. Seeger says now that he's not about that life, but when TLP 2021 drops, he will be in a static group. It might not be my static group, but mark my words, he'll be in a group. He'll be in a group that gets level 50 like 12 hours after mine. It'll be like a sleep group, you know what I mean? They'll take a nap break. Yeah, Project Lantern was really cool. Seeger, so is the plan right now to close the Faceless chapter once you guys hit live? Or are you guys going to continue raiding? Assuming nothing retarded happens with the server once you guys hit live. That's fine, Noob Cake. I mean, I can't even kill a Jester right now. So I need a few levels before it's someone I have to worry about. That's your bard. That makes sense, Seer. Either way, once you hit live, the toll it takes on your life to lead that guild will be significantly reduced. You know what I mean? When you're just like, when's the next expansion? You're like, 12 months. And they're gonna release like 1/3 of an expansion rather than a real full expansion too. Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely going to be weird going from like the cello pace to like suddenly you beat the current content and it's like, okay, nothing for a long time. A lot of people might just like bounce out at that point. But I wonder if the guild was still there, still like sort of raiding when the next expansion was launched, would all those people come back? Heck yeah, they're gonna beat the new content bull. It's like not even worth killing this level 11 mob. I just imagine, Seeger, that they have like a very different kind of person in most of those guilds. Like if you've been playing, like some of them are literally launch guilds still, you know what I mean? Club Fu still around, like Mashin Shin is still around, right? Firestormers, those guilds have been around for so long. Triton, isn't Triton still recruiting? The nature of TLP player base is like very, you know, they're like fly by night in many ways. Right, any new TLP doesn't affect Cello in a huge way, because the people who would leave for one have already left long ago. But you get to a point population-wise where it's like, if 5 people leave Cello to play on a new TLP, it could be a big deal, you know what I mean? If it's the right 5 people. Yeah, a lot of those big name guilds are still around. ROI, obviously, though they like were reborn as a TLP guild. the original TLP guild before it was only people who reset every year. I need to stop being lazy and remember to bind wound. Is Stronghold of Savages still around? I think they were Drinel, right? Do you guys know that Thought played on Agnar? Like the leader of Afterlife? Just skip the worst expansions, Frank. His name was Thought, and I used to talk to him. He didn't hide it. He just, you know, he didn't make it to 50 or anything, I don't think. He just played pretty casually. Maybe he'll come back. Who knows? Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, Seeger, I would love to see like non-Finny clones. I just don't know that they're willing to do it. Like they can rely on their tried and true cash cow, or they can take a risk, and they're so dumb that the risks they try are like the Miracle server, you know what I mean, or the Quorum server, and it's like risks that actual people who play Everquest know are going to be huge failures. It's not going to work out. But the devs, because they don't know anything about the game anymore, or at least not the progression game, you know, they make these terrible ideas that are destined to fail fantastically, and then they're like, well, I'm not going to try anything besides Finny clones now because Miracle had 20 people on it. Yeah, and they like split the player base and stuff. Man, you know, it's dumb enough that I could believe it, Seeger. It's hard to sell a server as a progression server anymore with so many expansions in EverQuest. If you are doing a 3-month progression server, you are never going to hit live. Maybe it doesn't matter because people don't care about hitting live. But when you say a progression server and the server moves at a certain rate and one day will reach live, there's an implicit goal levied upon anyone who plays there of reaching the end, right? Like you don't play a game and say, okay, I'm just gonna play like the first like 3 worlds of Mario, right? And then I'm gonna quit. You're like, I'm gonna get to the castle, I'm gonna save the princess, and we're gonna kill Bowser. It's the same thing. Like if you play on a progression server, you know that there is an end state coming, so it's implied that that should be your end goal. Now I know like you perceive it a little bit differently when it's gonna be like 5 years of your life you're dedicating to something, but it's just hard for me for them to philosophically sell this as a progression server with a 3-month timeline, and it's actually going to take 5+ years to complete it. You know what I mean? Call it something else, or put like a hard finish line like Agnar, because like that whole 5-year shit is just not going to happen. There's not really going to be a guild at the end of the day. I firmly believe that there won't be a guild that makes it to live on Mangler, on Cornav, or on Aerodune. That's crazy. Miracle's not even on the calendar. They're just embarrassed by it now. Yeah, dude, you gotta think about it. Like, they only have 2 guilds, and they're not even halfway done, man. Yeah, I think classic launch is like, just be done with that, man. Kunark launch would be acceptable. Not the best, but acceptable. Kunark launch, Velius launch, Lukland launch would all be dope. God launch would be dope. I really don't want to do a pop launch because I hate pop. Anything later than God launch is a server that is basically Miracle 2.0. Like, people just won't play there because it's too far and you can't get all the casuals to start there. Right, exactly, Seeker. The thing I miss most while playing a Cleric is having the ability to taunt mobs through the wall. Yeah, Frank, Quorum was the OMM server. The problem is, even though Quorum was supposedly very fun, like everyone talks very positively about Quorum if they played there, the company views it as a failure financially. Hey Miko, I'm on Mangler right now. Because I'm a casual scum who plays Everquest for like 5 hours a week. Top pulling is the best, man. It's hard to transition back to classes that can't do it after doing it so many times on the Paladin after you told me about it, man. Yeah. I mean, you could see why it wasn't a huge revenue hit for them. The problem is there wasn't really anything that left Quorum, or was there? Was there something that left Quorum for being like the best or even killing OMM? Did you get a title for it or something? If Quorum is marketed as a server that was meant to race, right, where you're supposed to race to OMM, there's a lot Everquest has to do to convince me that it's a game where you can actually have a race on it. You know what I mean? Because current Everquest, you just can't. You can't do it. You know what I mean? It'd be like if you were entering the track and field Olympics and there was no rule against like the dude, or actually there were rules against it, but no one enforced it. So like, you go up to the track and field Olympics, you're right, you're about to do like the 400 meter or something, and the dude next to you just shows up on a bicycle and no one says anything, and you guys start the race and you're like, surely someone is going to stop the man who's riding a bicycle during the Olympic sprint, and no one stops him. He hits the finish line, everyone's like cheering him on while he does his little bicycle victory lap. That's what competing in EQ is. That's exactly what it's like. And then you're like, dude, I did steroids, but at least I wasn't riding a bike. So Daybreak needs to fix that, or whatever the company is named this week. They need to fix that before I can like be bothered to go on a server that is explicitly sold as a server to race things on. Right, yeah, Seeger. I'm telling you, man. The game is fun and I play it for that reason, but it's totally bereft of any kind of integrity, you know what I mean? You just gotta play in your own bubble and not care about what anyone else is doing. Because if you start worrying about that, then you run into all those issues where there's like rules which are unenforced or arbitrarily enforced at best. Yeah, I mean, and like half the community is like terrible to interact with at any given time. Right, versus hair, exactly, dude. And then you petition because there's a 54 boxer warping around. A GM shows up and they're like, Yeah, I sent the guy a tell and he responded, so it seems like everything's good there. He's not cheating. And you're just like, dude, you're a human being, right? Like, you think with your brain. You know this is a true box server, right? Well, you know what that means, right? You have to have a computer for each account. And you could see that that guy's playing 54 accounts, right? So I want you to, in your head, conjure the image where this is happening legitimately. I just want you to do that, just for me. I want you to visualize it. And if you could draw it and send me a picture of what that looks like, so I can believe that you're not an idiot. Tell you that someone is legitimately 54 boxing. Fuck out of here. Yeah, like you're the guy with like, nah man, it's just like, it's all Raspberry Pis. I've got like these USB numpads that I use and I drilled dowels into it. So I press one dowel and it presses all the buttons. Maybe. But if you play that way, I say just ban you anyway. Token, there's like a handful of people who do like mega boxing on these servers. Usually they're associated in some way with massive RMT. Right, yeah. Yeah, Airdune's not even like true box. It's supposed to be like no box. What's up, Dino? Good to see you, man. Right, yeah. Right, I'm not RMTing to afford my can of SpaghettiOs here. I'm actually just between flights on my private jet. I'll be going to Bali shortly here after I sell this King Tormax loot. Don't mind me. The heat generated by my 72 laptops actually is critical for maintaining the balance for my marijuana grow. In Planet Hate. Oh, you helping out the Canada crew? Helping them get some gear? SSF Shaman, I think, would be really awesome, Miko. I think it'd be really great. I mean, like, obviously they could solo really well, slow and all that. And then the pots, super nice. You know, Seeker, I actually died on an SSF Necromancer. I'll put the caveat that I was playing on the Alcabor server, and I was using the Stone UI, so my viewport was about like smaller than this chat window on the left here, and I was in the Warrens. A mob ran, and I just got, you know, piled on. Like, I was running out of the zone because I had a huge train on me. One of the mobs in front of me aggroed, landed one bash, and it stunned me long enough for the train to catch me because I was strafe running. It's all over. If I had done it smart, right, and not leveled in the Warrens and used a real UI, then it would have been fine, probably. Yeah, that's true, Livian. There are a few good quests over there, like Rob Cleaver and stuff like that. There's that, the gloves with like 1,000,000 poison resist or whatever too. Huckle's Helm. Trolls and Ogres have some nice quests. Dude, I actually like the Alcabor server. I think it's awesome. If you haven't already played it, the Alcabor server has the most classic era client of any Everquest server. Like P99, even though it has been tailored to be very classic, uses the Titanium client, which if you didn't know, Titanium was out at the same time that Depths of Dark Hollow was out, so it's actually pretty deep in the EQ lineup. Whereas the Alcabor server is using like a client that as soon as you log in, you're like, oh shit, this is classic. You just feel it. The way your camera moves around is drastically different. LOL, Dino. One of these days, we'll get one going. Yeah, it takes a minute to get used to the no scroll wheel. EXP is not super awesome here. Maybe we should go to Unrest. Kill some zombies. We'll just come back here at like level 20 and get the club. I think the undead here are like not social. Like I could just pull this guy through all the other guys and they won't join him. Yeah, Kern's is super low risk because of that. Hey, Silent Wrath. Yeah, we're on Mangler. Project 2002. I don't think I've ever seen it. Okay, you should jump in our Discord and share some links on P202. Well, I get some white cons here. Let's see what this even con gives me when I kill it. I'm at 80.1 right now. Wayfarer's Haven. Oh, okay. 85? I mean, 5% is not bad EXP. I guess I'm just being a baby. Versaria, yeah, it's going to be continuous. I don't know that there's really a goal. Like, we're not doing any kind of gimmicks. It's just she and I duoing. And, you know, we might even, like, join other groups and stuff at sometimes. The goal is just to, like, group up in EQ and have fun. Similar to, like, 99% of all other Everquest streams before I started doing SSF, and a bunch of people started doing that and Permadeath characters and stuff. Thank you, Versaire. Honestly, I'm just happy to like be playing with her at the same time. She did green when it launched a little bit, but she only got to like level 20, 25, something like that. But like my wife has played 2 Everquest servers. Both of them were like TLP servers. She played on them for like a week at launch, you know what I mean? So to go from that to playing P99 green at launch, I was happy just to get her there, you know what I mean? Because it's such a huge change of pace. Right, yeah, when we did the Cello launch, where we raced to level 60, my wife was actually in my static group. I think it was like a 30-hour grind. She was in a static group on our Air Dune launch. not my static group. That was her first time doing a TLP launch, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to be like the first person to 50. I don't trust her to be in my group. And the Air Doom grind was like a lot more, like 60 hours. She did that. She's a beast, man. I've told this story a bunch of times on stream, but like when my wife was still my girlfriend back in the day, she had just moved in with me, and it was like her birthday, and she knew that I played this game sometimes called EQ. Like it had come up at various times, but she had like never really seen it. And that was like the weekend Lockjaw launched, literally launched on her birthday. And I was like, hey, I've been waiting for this like event in this game for like 3 years, so I'm gonna do this. I know it's your birthday, sorry. And I think in her head she might have thought like, he's gonna play this video game for a little bit, and then we're gonna do some stuff, and everything will be normal. And I was like, okay. And like literally for the entire 24-hour period of her birthday, I was playing on Lockjaw in my static group. And after that, when she didn't break up with me, we knew where it was going. Yep. Well, that's why on Agnar, she was like, all right, I'm going to play this time because I'm not going to be left out. So I've seen what this does. LOL, Frank, right? People aren't ready to understand, you know what I mean, what it really means. That would be crazy, Goodman. Was that our first interaction bowl? I'm surprised you joined my guild after that. Like, this guy doesn't even know what a crown of King Tranix is worth. Or maybe you just thought I was like so ballin' I didn't care. Oh yeah, my wife plays D&D with us. Every time I've done a campaign, pretty much my wife's been in it. We've had like multi-year D&D campaigns. And they're always in the Everquest universe too. She likes like the hardcore leveling grind. Like she can go many hours like that, you know what I mean? Hang with any static group pretty much, but she hates raiding because like if you mess up in raiding, like a lot of people die or they see you mess up, so she hates that part of it. So she'll like rush to max level and then like pretty much doesn't play. But yeah, Frank, I was not upfront about my gaming habits for the most part. Like when I'm outside of this stream, I hide all the nerdy facets of my life, or at least I used to. I like played sports and did fitness things and shit like that. I never talked about video games in public unless I was like with other friends that I knew did those exact same things. Right. Sports? Why would you do something like that? See, that's the thing, like, contested mobs are fun in EQ, but then, like, there's a lot of illegitimacy. Am I still active? What do you mean, Fellseeker? Yeah, the color palette is pretty terrible. Zaide, you did not mention that. That's interesting to know. Oh, yeah, yeah, Failseeker. I'm still in. Almost at 9 years now? Almost. Closing in on the big E8. You didn't like the recruiting duty? I'm not sure I would like it either. Yeah, I'm enlisted. Yeah, you gotta tell me about that, Zaide, then that's crazy. Woo woo, dang 14. All right, guys, we've been going for like 3.5 hours. I went a little bit later than I normally do, but it's been a good stream. So my next one is going to be probably Monday. As always, Monday and Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing the SSF hardcore runs. On Wednesday, I'll be doing some P99 green with my wife. We'll be duoing, so look forward to that. If you enjoy this content, please come back next time. Otherwise, have a good day. Let's raid somebody. We're gonna go raid Larry. Oh, Goodman, redeem Amphibious Dark Paw. I'll get you before we go, dude. All right, raiding in 3, 2, 1.
So